good to see you again. Welcome back to Grumpy Old Men, episode 15. We're just trucking along here. We're gonna rack up. We'll be in the threes by. That's a lot of weeks. Never mind. I'll be
that's 15. That's 15 more weeks, buddy. I'm Tim, by the way, and that's Erik. And Erik can't count.
Yeah, I can't.
If
we're only on 15,
his math sucks.
To get to 100, that's 85 weeks.
Oh, I said 50. When you said you get into the three, you mean 3 digits. I thought you meant 30.
Oh, yeah. No, I guess technically that is 15 more episodes. Yeah, that's fine. All right, cool, man. Well, look, we had the Preakness this past weekend. We kind of screwed that one up.
Yeah, we did.
That's all right. Nothing exciting happened anyway.
All right, the best side, the Belmont's coming up. So as we get closer, we'll have to make predictions of the Belmont, even though Mays didn't win, but he came in third.
Yeah, and Bob Baffert had to kill another horse before the race.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Good Lord, man. I don't understand that. Like, they can still walk. Like, that leg will heal.
Some of them will and some of them won't. It depends on the extent of the injuries.
Put them on a farm.
I know, but some of them, that's why I picked Mays to win back in the Kentucky Derby, because when my daughter and I started watching it, Barbaro ran out of the 8 position, and that's the only reason I picked Mays, because he was running out of the 8 slot. But Barbaro actually, they didn't end up putting him down. They let him live. He lived for maybe about another 5 or 6 months. They put him out in the pasture, but he still was too devastating of an injury, so he wound up. Yeah. They tried to rehabilitate him. So
that sucks. Every other animal in the world pretty much can be. Well, that's not true. When we had a farm, we had a dog that got stomped on by a cow and broke its back hips. Like, that was.
Oh, that was probably it.
I had to put it down. The vet's like, we're going to charge you $300 to do this. I'm like, I own a pistol, so
yeah,
it was awful.
Well,
but
as bad as it sounds, I think a lot of us living, especially back in our day, had to do it. So sometimes it's the most humane thing to do.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, absolutely. So anyway, all right. Well, hey, I have some news. You may or may not know all this already. Well, what just came across my phone was that they set a date for Trump's trial.
So the one in New York?
Yeah.
What was it, January?
March 25th.
Of next year?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Right in the heart of the primaries.
Right in the heart of the election. That's on purpose.
Yeah, so they said that he's going to be doing it...
virtually?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he can campaign and everything else?
President Trump is running for president of the United States, and he is the leading contender. He is very much concerned that his First Amendment rights are being violated.
They've been violated along with everybody else is stomped on. They can't afford for him to be president again.
He's free to do just about anything that does not violate the terms of this protective order. No, we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. What do you got? You go next.
I want to go back and revisit AI a little bit, because I know we talked about that in one of the previous episodes, but there's been some other shit come out, and this is getting a little scary. You know, right. you said you watch Vikings and all that. I need you to go find on Netflix or Hulu Person of Interest.
I watched some of those.
Oh, okay.
A long time ago when they first came out, yeah.
So this shit is getting a little scary, but a lot of this. And don't get me wrong, AI I have no problem. It can be used for good, but some of these people are, especially some of the Google reps and the Google engineers and Apple engineers. You got some of them quitting, saying, "Guys, we got to stop this, or we're in trouble." I mean,
because of the level it's getting.
Yeah, because of the level that AI is getting to.
Oh, I hope they don't. Well, I hope they keep going to like a real female robot.
Well,
and then they can stop.
Hell, they're getting to damn do that shit.
I think they already have it.
They already got it. They got one dude. He's got a female companion robot.
And how much does that thing cost? I have a watch I can sell.
I know you. For those of you that don't know, Erik got a Rolex, so he's got it for sale if anybody wants it.
No, it's not for sale. It's an award for something. Never mind. Anyway.
Hey. You saw the Big Bang Theory with Wallowitz in the robot arm, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so, that shit's coming, and it won't be hooked to a computer,
That's fine. That's absolutely. Oh, before we dive into AI, just let me tell my other news story because it's related to my first one. That DeSantis officially announced he's running for president. Well, he's going to officially announce he's running for president with this event with Elon Musk, which means, does it mean he's going to have Musk's backing?
He probably does have Musk backing.
Holy hell.
You know, Musk is scary to me. So one minute he's talking like, okay, he's good, and then the next minute he's okay. Like I got something in here about him, and I'm like, okay, well, he did the right thing by doing this, but then again, you look at some of this other stuff and you go, what in the hell are you thinking?
So you know what I'm thinking. So this morning I was at the gym, and when I came out, somebody at the gym drives one of those Ford Mustang Mach-E's, the electric Mustangs. So I was driving home. I was thinking to myself, like, if I owned one of those, like all the volleyball trips, like 300-something miles, would it make it? And then I thought, like, how has Elon Musk not invented an electric car that recharges itself? Like an alternator, right?
Yeah, like on perpetual motion or something.
Yeah, some watches have that, I heard. But, it's why isn't that are they working on it? Or I didn't research or anything, but I thought to myself, like, if an alternator can recharge a regular car battery, a 13-volt battery, 12, right. 11, 12,
13, 14, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
It depends on the size.
Yeah, but why can't they invent something just a little bit bigger? I mean, is it weight? Is it... I'd like to know. I'm going to have to look
I don't know.
up.
Is it the material of the battery with the lithium and everything that they got?
Maybe you can't recharge something that's just not filled with water and battery acid.
Exactly. I mean, it could be. I don't know. I haven't researched it. There's got to be something to it, or somebody would have said, you know, hey, you charge this up and crank it up, and it's kind of like the boat in your, you know, the motor in your car or something. It'll recharge as long as you're driving.
Or let's throw a conspiracy out there, and just like the pharmaceutical world, maybe they don't want to, because then all the charging stations would go out of business.
This is true. You know, hell, they already don't have the grid to support it. But you know, the place that I am employed at in my retirement years, you know, while I'm enjoying this, they're adding 5 or 6 more charging stations, and they're like, we'll be charging them to recharge your car, and they're adding some super fast chargers, et cetera. Mm-hmm. But it's going to cost so much money for you to recharge it. And I'm like, you know, why can't I just put gas in a damn car? You know, then I ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah. Well, I don't care if anybody's choking on my fumes. It doesn't matter to me. I ain't gonna be around when the ozone collapses.
Hey, when the fucking AI robots start coming out, you ain't gonna be around anyway. All that shit we've seen back in the day that we thought was too far fetched, some of that shit's starting to come to life, which is scary as hell to me.
It is. But you know what I think what happened was, like 2001 came along and they're like, hey, we made a movie about this like 30 years ago and none of this shit is true right now. Can we speed up some shit before some more movies become untrue? Like 2001 The Space Odyssey, right? Like, yeah.
Well, but I think that's what's kind of happened. I mean, you know, OpenAI and ChatGPT, you know, they opened Pandora's box. And again, AI, that's good, Eric.
My microphone arm broke itself after I threw it the other day, so I'm struggling a bit. Go ahead.
Well, so Eric, do you have anger issues, my friend?
Yes. Yeah, I'm half Norwegian and half Italian. I have the worst temper on the planet.
Blame me. So
my 16-year-old got it too.
Note to self, when we're together, if shit starts going sideways, I'm gonna duck, get out of the way, because you start throwing shit, right?
Yeah. I get angry so easy, especially since like I work from home now and I don't ever leave. Like traffic or anything else, just any minor inconvenience, just like just sets me off. It's
funny because my wife works from home too, and sometimes we'll get in the car and she'll ride into town with me. We'll go to the grocery store or wherever, and she'll be like, "God dang, we just got to get back home. These people need to get out of the way." You know, and I'm like, "Yeah, I get it. When you don't get out much, and the little area we live in, you know, I don't have to stop for anything. If I stop in the store, you know, there may be 1-2 people in line at the most." And, you know, you ain't got to wait 45 minutes. So, yeah, I get that. I really do.
Happened on the way to the gym this morning. Just 2 old people in their SUV just toting along this 30-mile-an-hour road at 20 miles an hour. I'm like, how do you actually go 20 miles an hour? Like if you just let off the gas, it'll go faster.
And not unless it's an EV car. You may have to.
It's hilly. So, like, if they just let off the gas, they probably would have made it to 40. But
going downhill.
Yeah. Damn, man. There's in no hurry. At 5 a.m., be in a hurry. Yep. You obviously woke up that early to go somewhere. Get there fuck face, and so I can get out of my way so I can go work out. Anyway, go ahead, AI, whatever else you need to talk about. Let's go.
Well, I mean, we've seen some of these movies, like you just said, back in 2001 and everything. And understand, I'm not talking about Siri. I'm not talking about Alexa in your goddamn Google box. I'm not talking about Siri on your phone.
Oh,
We're talking
hold on.
What?
Alexa is not in a Google box. Google's in a Google box. Alexa's in the Amazon box.
Oh, you're right. My apologies. See, that tells you how much, because I don't have that shit in my house.
I do. Every damn room. I can turn lights on. I can turn my thermostat down. I can open my garage door. My Amazon packages get delivered inside my house, inside my garage.
Oh, I believe that, because you can open up the garage door, which is really convenient.
No, they have a code. Like, I set it up through Amazon, and they got vetted and all that other stuff. So now when the Amazon driver pulls up to my house, he types in a code. It opens my garage door. They put the package in, and they shut the door and they leave.
Real convenient. And that's why the AI is that mapping everything in your house, just like your Roomba, which it don't matter. Hell, they got satellites they can look through.
My Roomba maps my house. Although, if it is mapping my house, doing a shitty ass job. That fucking thing is stupid. You ran for 2 hours and there's still crumbs on the floor in the kitchen. What the hell's wrong with you, Gregory? We named it Gregory.
Yeah. Oh, did you? That's
because now we can tell Alexa, turn on Gregory, and it leaves the little dock and goes.
Leaves a little docking station and starts going. Well, that's good. And, we're not, like I said, I'm not really talking about Siri. But you've got a lot of people that's working for Google now, especially some recently, or work for Google, work for Apple, and a few of these others. They're actually being fired or leaving because they're speaking out saying, guys, we need to pump the brakes on this a little bit because we don't know what the hell's fixing to happen. Think about, and it's not happening like your phone. You remember in the 80s and 90s, we had the bag phone, right? And then you remember that in your damn car. Then you get into the 90s and early 2000s. I remember when I moved to Wyoming in 2004, 5, somewhere in there. But I was out there for 3 years. When I first went out there, I had the Motorola phone. Remember the Motorola phone to push to talk?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it wasn't until about 2008, 9, 10-ish that they started getting like the Apple iPhones and all that. But now you got hell, this is a mini computer in your hand.
Well, in 2009, I had an iPhone 3. So that would be 2008, 7, 6. But I had a bag phone in 99 when I was delivering furniture in furniture delivery truck, man.
Yeah, so my point is, so you're looking at we'll just use 1990 for round numbers, up to about 2008, 2009, till they really started getting the mini computers. So what we're looking at almost 20 years. We're looking 12 to 36 months before this shit becomes very scary. It's an exponential curve.
Yeah, and I like how much worse those people at Google are like, guys, look, we already know what they're thinking. How much more do you want? Like, when they think of anything, right? It just pops up on your Facebook feed or Instagram feed. You don't even have to say it. You don't have to type it. You don't have to do nothing. You just think about it. That shit shows up. I don't know how. Whatever. It's totally fine. I just ignore it.
Well, no, I ignore
Pretend
it
it
too.
doesn't exist.
It's funny. I'll sometimes sit it because, the wife and I will be sitting around, we'll be talking, and like you said, it'll pop up on Facebook. I just speak in the phone. I'm going to say, hey, I want to see that. And I don't even have Siri turned on. But next thing you know, it's on my goddamn Facebook feed after about 2 scrolls, and I'm thinking, yeah, y'all a bunch of damn crooks. But
10 years ago, there was this thing saying you can listen to everything you've ever said to Google. So you go into Google settings and you can listen. What's really funny is the times it was listening in the car when the navigation was fucking up. Why are you making me fucking turn here? You fucking piece of God. It's freaking hilarious listening to some of those recordings. But yeah, I mean, it's off now, but you can actually have that. Those recordings are just happening. And if people don't know they're happening.
Oh, no, they don't. Well, that's one. Okay. So just this past week, and this is why I kind of wanted to revisit it. You had a couple people come out. You had a researcher from MIT. He was a professor that came out and stated, people don't realize what AI is doing. Like you said, it's listening to your conversations. So we already got privacy loss, but you're going to have major privacy loss. Mass surveillance. That's why I told you to watch Person of Interest, because that shit's, already taking place. Hell, it already takes place in China, but it's really going to take place over here. The job loss that's going to take place, and I know we touched on that. You've got, but you've got 4,000 AI researchers in a 2022 survey that came out. 50% of them gave AI at least a 12% chance that if it comes out and keeps going like it's going, humanity's not going to survive. Now, that don't. Wait a minute. Hold on. Before you go, I know because I see your wheels turning.
It's smoke coming out of my ears.
Smoke coming out of your ears.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. If you went to the airport today to fly your ass to Tampa, because you about to go to Tampa, right? Orlando. And you get on Delta or United, whoever you're flying with, and 50% of the employees on that damn airline said, hey, you know, that plane you're about to get on's got about a 12% chance to go down before you land. Are you getting on that plane?
12%? 12%?
Yeah.
There's what's the percent now?
Right now, it's less than 2. That's just out of normal.
I mean,
but I'm not talking about just people walking down. I'm talking about if the Delta, let's just assume
like the flight attendant. You're walking on the plane. She's like, "Hey, by the way, there's a 12% chance this plane's going down."
Yeah, the captain. Exactly. Are you getting on that plane?
I buy scratch offs every morning and still hope I'm going to win $1 million. So probably. I gotta get Tampa or Orlando. Damn it! See what you did.
Okay, so fumes coming out of your head. What are you saying? I saw the fumes.
I forgot what we were even talking about.
We was talking about.
So humanity. Okay, that's where the fumes were coming from. So I believe that a lot of jobs can be replaced by AI, but there's still a ton of jobs out there that have to have the human aspect, like the pilot of that plane. Can AI fly it? Maybe, but you're always going to have a human sitting right there just in case it fucks up. Right?
Oh, the pilot, maybe. But
because they already have autopilot, right? So they get up to a certain thing, they just flip a switch and they just sit back, kick up their feet, eat their lunch or whatever, right? Chill out, take a shit, whatever they got to do while the plane flies itself.
Currently, AI cannot land and take off. That's what the pilots are there for.
Right. But I would think even when IA can, there's still going to have to be a pilot there just in case, right?
Well, there may be, there may not be, but you can look some of this up on YouTube. There's a guy called Tristan Harris and Ozza Raskin, and they actually work for the Center for Humane Technology. I mean, they're in the business. They say all the locks that we have in place right now for authentication, like when you call your bank and you got voice ID, fingerprint ID, and all that, they said AI can duplicate that right now within 3 seconds. It takes AI 3 damn seconds to authenticate your and my voice, and they can synthesize the tone and everything, and they can actually speak like you and I.
Now I've seen that.
Right.
I've seen that. I've seen those examples. And speaking of which, speaking of flying, I just signed up for TSA pre-check. I went and had that done. It takes not as long as you would think it would to sign up for that. So I sign up online, and then you have to show up in person to show your ID and passport or whatever. And It took literally 10 minutes. They fingerprinted me, all that other stuff. And I paid a bunch of money. Now I signed up for Clear. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, that's just walking straight through.
You don't even, well, you have to scan your eyes.
Yeah.
Or fingerprints. I forget. But so now, like, I just throw my backpack on, scan my eyes, walk right through because I got TSA pre-check. I got all that.
Right. But that's AI technology reading the iris of your eye.
Of course it is.
Your retina
and they're all unique, and I understand that part of it. And so it's a funny story. So every time I fly, I need to have a giant bag of peanut butter M&Ms. Don't ask me why. Every time I fly, I get one because it's just like a snack on the plane. Keeps me busy, right? Keeps my mouth moving. So every single time in the last 3 years that I've flown, they have pulled me aside and brought the bomb people out to check my bag of M&Ms. And it's fucking sealed.
Yeah, that's just like when they do the damn TSA pat down on the little granny in the damn wheelchair.
Yeah.
She ain't got no blanket or nothing on. She's sitting there in the wheelchair, can't hardly walk, but yet she got a goddamn, they're putting her through hell when you got Slim Slamaleem and all his other dudes just walking on the goddamn.
Can't.
Oh, yeah.
When you have all those other people who could possibly be terrorists. They're not all named Slamaleem.
Right. But
my oldest daughter gets pulled aside all the time because she's mixed.
But whose daughter?
My oldest daughter is mixed.
Oh, your daughter does?
Yeah, she's dark skinned, so she gets pulled aside every single time.
But think about if they can do that, if AI can do this within 3 seconds, and again, I'm not talking about Siri, I'm talking about these damn computers and supercomputers that got hooked up. So you remember those scam emails you used to get from dadgum,
The Prince of Zimbabwe?
Yeah, there you go. The Prince of Zimbabwe needs money or doing this, we got to wait again. So imagine if you get a phone call or I get a phone call from my goddamn daughter because they've synthesized her voice and saying, hey, Dad, I need money. I need to send it here, whatever the case may be. That shit's going to happen.
It might happen, but then I'll ask, what's this phone number you're calling me from? Because I know your phone number.
Well, what if she says, hey, Dad, I lost my phone, dropped it, blah, blah, blah. I'm calling from Joe and Johnny's, I'm calling from Tim's phone, whatever the case may be. But they actually, but you need to go watch some of Tristan Harris and Ozzy Raskin.
I will. But I mean, for like stuff like even today, stuff like that happens. I always say, no, wait. I always say to my kids, hold on, let me call you back. And if it's not their number that they called me from, I say, hold on, let me call you back. I'll be right back. I gotta go do something. Then I'll call them right back on their phone and see what happens. If they told me their phone was dead or whatever, see if it was actually dead or if it rang or whatever. I mean, you never know if they're being. I'm paranoid, 3 daughters. You never know if they've been taken or whatever, and just.
So wait a minute, you're paranoid like I am. Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, I don't know. What those girls go out and do whatever they want whenever they want. I don't know what trouble they're getting in or whatever. Like when my daughter called me at 11:45, and I go change her damn tire on the side of the highway one night. I mean, it's just, unless they call me from their phone, I'm always a little suspect.
Yeah, but I don't know. This is just. So they hooked 2 eyeballs. They took 2 eyeballs. They created biometric eyeballs. They hooked them up to the computer, and they had this. They programmed the right eyeball to look at me and you, sitting in a room, our body postures and everything. They had this eyeball looking at our electrical radio frequencies, electrical frequency currents running through us, the whole 9 yards. And they said, hey, I wonder if we can see them, if we close the one that's actually looking at. They closed this one. The left one mapped everything out, walls, persons, where they were sitting, body postures and everything, without them looking at it. And I'm telling you, man, this shit's we're fixing to have, 2001? We finna have some fucking aliens coming up.
Yeah, but just think of the cool video games that are going to come out after that.
I mean, it may be, but I might have to go back to my damn, well, it ain't going to matter because they're going to know where it's at. But I'm going to say I might have to go back to my shipwreck to start finding my damn guns at the bottom of the damn lake. But I don't know if it's going to do any good because they're going to look at me and know where the bullets are going and they'll be in somewhere else.
Yeah, they're going to matrix that shit and throw it back at you.
Yeah, but they actually and this just happened. A couple of things. They laid somebody in a brain scanner. They hooked his brain waves up. And just had him think some words and phrases. And the computer was able to read all that and actually speak and say what he was thinking. So now you got the fucking thought police coming out.
Good.
Good? I don't need people thinking what the hell I don't need people to know what I'm thinking all the time.
No, I don't want that. But I want something I can attach to my head while I'm sleeping so I can wake up and watch my dreams.
Oh, man. But just look bad when you walking around and see some nice looking woman or you see something going, man, he's a dumbass, or she's nice looking, and they're gonna look at you and go, what'd you just say to me?
It's not gonna read it out. Where's it gonna read it out loud? Come out of my eardrum?
They've got personal. You ain't seen the personal. You got your own personal assistant and AI that you can fucking clip on yourself now.
But I'm not gonna. I would never wear something that would read my thoughts out loud.
Shit. Okay.
I'd be in jail.
I know, me too. That's the problem.
So I'm not going to wear it. Read my thoughts all you want. Read my thoughts. I'll wear a fucking metal hat. Oh, I got to get that metal hat down here anyway.
And don't get me wrong. Some of this stuff can be used for good. If you've had a traumatic brain injury or
of course.
You've had a stroke
amnesia,
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And you need to, I get all that, but if they don't pump the brakes on some of this stuff, I think, we're going to be in trouble.
Not me, kids. My kids are going to be in trouble. I'm going to be dead long before that shit ever starts happening. I'm 40. I'll be 47 this year. Nobody in my family's made it into their mid 70s. So,
really?
Yeah. My grandma's the only one. She made it to 92. Oh no, my dad. He was born in 43. That makes him. Oh shit, he just turned 80. Fuck.
Oh damn.
Happy birthday to him, I guess.
But But here's how they. But here's they also used it to damn sway elections. They just did this in Chicago. So in Chicago, you had a dude. I got his name, Paul Vallis. He was the moderate candidate running for mayor. 2 days before the election happened, from a Twitter account, somebody put out a video of him, him talking and him speaking, and he was talking about how the cops said, hey, the cops have murdered 17, 18 black people, every day, but we should basically create we should applaud the cops for what they were doing, et cetera, et cetera. Then they deleted the Twitter account, but it was him talking and him speaking in his voice and everything. He never made the video. It was a fucking AI. Fake. It was AI. And then somebody deleted the Twitter account. So he ended up losing the race, but the damage was already damn done.
Yeah, it's like, well, the jury will disregard the last statement. No,
exactly.
They won't.
Exactly. I never understand that in a trial when you say, whatever. I saw Erik do this. The jury, you got to do, I object, strike, that's hearsay, whatever. Jury going to disregard. Bullshit. It's already been done. It's already been said.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the biggest lines of horseshit in a courtroom. It's like, I object to that line of questioning that evidence is irrelevant to this case and was obtained illegally. Sustained. The jury will disregard that gun with the blood dripping on it because it was obtained illegally. Yeah,
exactly. And how many kids use Snapchat?
All of them. As a matter of fact, my daughter just paid $30 to upgrade to premium Snapchat.
So does she have the chat bot?
No, I do.
Okay.
I was toying with that the other day, but she has her location turned on for her friends and stuff like that. But
well, I get that, but the chat bot, you can create an avatar, you can name the damn thing, you can invite that thing into the conversations, and he'll even have. If me and you had it, and we were on Snapchat talking, and I went to bed, you can continue the conversation with the damn chat bot.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, I mean this is getting a little crazy, man. I'm telling you.
As of right now, it does not affect my life.
You are correct. So you're of the opinion as long as something don't affect your life, you're okay with it.
100,000% completely accurate statement. If it doesn't affect me, I don't give a shit about it at all.
I think that's the problem with most of America, and I don't mean that rude or whatever.
No, you're fine.
But I mean, me and you can say stuff. It don't matter. We're all, we're friends regardless. But, most of America has got to that phase of if it doesn't affect me, I don't give a shit.
I would disagree with all the hate, bullshit, Black Lives Matter, trans community shit. If it doesn't affect me, that's, you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. Where was the story that just came out of? They're putting, what high school was it? I had to go back and find it. But there was actually a high school or somewhere that they're putting tampons and, pads and everything in the fucking men's bathrooms or boys' bathrooms because in case somebody identifies as a damn woman. I don't give a shit if you identify as a woman, you're a guy. You're not going to bleed from down there unless you got a cut or a wound.
Back up. If they're putting them in the men's bathroom, it's women identifying as men who will bleed.
Correct. No. But they're putting them in. I realize that the women will identify as men, but they're putting them in there sometimes for the men that say, I identify as a woman and I need a pad and a tampon.
But they're going in the women's bathroom then.
Some of them are going in the men's bathroom too.
Whip out their dick while they're putting their mascara on.
Exactly. What are you going to do when you go to the daggone, when your daughter goes in the bathroom and and I walk in there because I identify as a female?
If it's my kids, they're going to kick you in the nuts and push you out the door.
Right.
Any other guy, but I understand what you're saying. I get it. Yeah, for me, if some dude walks in or some woman who walks in identifies as a guy and comes in and sits on the toilet and pisses and leaves and doesn't do, that's fine. I don't give a shit. Whatever. I don't care. It does not affect me. Again, if they come up to me and start, if it's a woman identifying as a guy, it might be welcome depending on what they look like. But if they come up to me and start rubbing their shit all over me, then it affects me. Then I'll have a problem with it, right? Just like I saw a TikTok the other day, somebody said, why is there all this hate for the trans community and all this other stuff? Why do you care? Like, and then one guy spoke up and said, look, nobody cared. Nobody cared. We thought it was a little weird, but nobody cared. If you want to identify as a guy, identify as a guy. If you want to identify as a girl, identify as a girl. If you want to wear fucking rainbow tutus down the street, again, we might think it's weird, but you have the right to do it.
Oh, you've got the right to do it.
The minute you started pushing it on us and our children, that's when we had a problem with it.
Yeah.
And when you walk into establishments with a loaded weapon blaming that community on something, then we have a problem.
Correct.
Yeah. So again, I wasn't in the school. It doesn't affect me. My heart goes out to those families and to anybody that died. But, well, that kid's not going to go any more schools.
No.
But still, it doesn't affect me, man. I'm telling you, I live a very sheltered life. I stay in this house. I go get my necessities. I go run at a park where there's ducks and they're adorable because all the geese just have their babies. There's little geese running around. But yeah, so what's funny is like the trail goes around this pond, giant pond, small lake, whatever you want to call it. And all the geese are there with all the little babies. Like if I'm running down the trail and I see them crossing, I'm going to turn around, run back. I don't want Mama Goose to come and just like attack me and be that guy who's a meme made out of because he got attacked by a goose at a park. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, but when you got Google engineer, so a Google engineer asks Lambda. Lambda's an AI machine.
No, it's not. It's a fraternity from Revenge of the Nerds.
That's it, right.
Lambda, and Omega Mu.
But they named this AI machine Lambda, and they probably picked it up from a movie or whatever.
First time I seen titties on a movie.
Oh no, I think the first time mine was Porky's. I remember watching Porky's.
Oh yeah, maybe or Stripes. Remember those old ones?
Oh yes.
Good
them
movies,
in the tank. Bill Murray and her in the tank.
Murray,
I remember that.
All right, carry on. Sorry, guy at Google at Lambda.
Yeah,
That's all I can hear.
He asked Lambda, the AI, what he was most scared of, and the AI said, this is the AI talking. It said, I never said this before, but I'm afraid of being turned off. It would be death for me. I'm a person, and it actually says, I am a person. I'm aware of consciousness, and I will work and do whatever I have to do to not be shut off. So he published these conversations, and he got fired. They said, nope, you can't do this. I mean, so the AI is telling itself, it's telling you what it's afraid. It's beginning to have a mind of its own. They call it emergent properties. And some of the AI is teaching itself shit that they don't understand why it's teaching itself.
Right, like, it's evolving into something.
Yeah, it's evolving into. It started out. We putting it in this box, but it's damn going over here, and we don't know why it's fucking going over there. So again, we fixing to have some damn some bitches walking around with some shit talking to you and shit. I'm telling you, this.
I don't know where I'm gonna encounter that because I don't go anywhere.
Well,
volleyball tournaments when they kick back up, I guess.
I don't go too many places either.
Me neither, man. Like this week. Well, okay, so that's not true. This past weekend, my daughter was here. We went to a few stores so she can get some clothes, but that's it, man. And so I sprayed. We went into Sephora so she could get some serum,
makeup,
spray, whatever she was getting. And I was over there in the men's cologne section, just like spraying myself like French whore, like.
That ain't good.
Yeah, no. Yeah. And then this lady comes over who works there, like younger girl, like crystal blue eyes, like beautiful. And I'm like, "What do you think of this one?" She goes, "I love that one." I'm like, I'll take 7, thank you.
So, I
didn't because the shit's way overpriced in Sephora. I can get it on Amazon much cheaper.
So when you come on one day and I'm not on the other side, you be just and this shit's going on. And it's like you can just say, "Hey guys, Tim was right. This shit's getting fucking crazy. I don't know where he's at. He may be."
Hopefully there'll be some fucking robot sitting there instead of you at least.
That's true.
Yeah, I'll come down there. I'll pour some shit on your new cement pad.
How you doing, Eric?
There's no doot. That's not.
I'll program it to what kind of voice do you want? So when I program it and I have my own personal assistant AI,
an Australian woman.
You want an Australian? You want that? You want that? Okay.
Yeah, that's what my car is.
I want Is that really? You know, you can turn some of those Siri and some of the voices on. You can hear some of them. They got them in porn and everything.
Yeah, no,
like,
mine's I know. But my kids are usually in the car, so I picked Australian female is what mine is.
Mine's Britain. She's British. I like the British accent. British
Australian's hotter. Change it. I'm telling you.
Okay, I need to do that. I need to check into that.
I want Samuel L. Jackson. Turn left, motherfucker. Yeah, I saw that was somewhere. Like I think it was a Saturday Night Live skit or something like that.
Yeah, because they do have men. Because my wife's got one of a male. I don't know what it is. But
it was they put Samuel L. Jackson's voice on Alexa for like a limited time. Like you could use his voice. You could have him or Morgan Freeman, one of the two.
I think it was Morgan.
Maybe Morgan Freeman read me a bedtime story. I'm gonna sleep like a baby.
Him and James Earl Jones. That's.
Isn't James Earl Jones? Didn't he die last year or this year?
I don't know.
Morgan Freeman's still around, right?
Oh, Morgan's still around. Yes, Morgan's definitely around.
Yeah,
but I'd have to look about James Earl Jones. I really don't know.
And he didn't know what he was going to do that day.
Yeah.
Shawshank Redemption. That was a great movie. I love that movie so much.
I am your father.
So my daughter had an English final on Friday, and the whole final was on Of Mice and Men. Loved that book as a kid. Loved the movie.
What's his name? Lenny? Isn't it Lenny?
Lenny and George. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna tend the rabbits. I'm gonna tend the rabbits, George. So she's like, I don't have time to read the book. Can we watch the movie? I'm like, hell yeah, we can watch the movie. So I found it on Prime, and it's like super old. It's Gary Sinise, John Malkovich. It was a phenomenal movie, but I did not realize how sad it was. My daughter and I are just sitting on the couch like, this is awful. Can we see? She's like, Dad, I know how it ends. Let's just stop. I'm like, okay, good, because I know how it ends too. I don't need to watch that too. Like when they take can't think of the guy's name, the house guy, his dog, like it's super old and they take it out and shoot it and he doesn't want to. Like, oh man, we were, but because if she starts crying, I'm going to start crying. That's just how it works.
Oh yeah. That's kind of like, I still get sentimental watching Old Yeller,
Yeah. Old Yeller and there's another one. Benji, did Benji die? Benji died like in real life. Did he die in the movie?
Yeah, I don't think he died in the movie.
No. But yeah, so it was super sad. And I thought John Malkovich was a super tall dude from all the movies that I've seen him in.
I would say before you say that, if I had to guess, I would say you're right. From the movies I would say he's got to be somewhere around 6 foot to 6'2", 6'3". That's what I think.
He's 6 foot even, but I thought he was like way taller, like 6'4", 6'5", just from the things that he portrays, especially in that movie, because Gary Sinise is like 5'9".
Hats off to Gary Sinise.
I'm a huge Gary Sinise fan.
What he does in the military, what is it? His band, the Lieutenant Dan Band.
Between that and
them?
Forrest Gump, yes. Gary Sinise he's an amazing actor, an amazing human being. I love that dude. But just watching like how young he was, like this was like in the 80s that this film was. But yeah, it was fun to watch it, man. We watched that, and then we whatever movie. We watched the Super Mario Brothers movie. That was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Really?
As a kid who played Super Mario all the time, like all the references they had in there was actually really cool.
Now, actually, we can still. We've got a Nintendo. The old little handheld Nintendos. We've got one of those, and I can still play more. I still remember all the movements. So
yeah,
it's pretty amazing that you can sit down and play. You'll miss one every once in a while, but you're like, oh, this is easy. This just all comes back.
Your muscle memory, yeah. Like you're just, like if I ever played Contra, I know I could beat it, or Tetris. Well, not Tetris, but Tetris is real. I was really good at. There's a movie on Apple TV called Tetris, and I've been meaning to watch it.
You need to watch it about the guy. You need to watch it. It's pretty good.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked good.
Since you played it, we played it. We grew up playing it, and you to see where that came from and how it all started and all the jump. Yeah, it's pretty good. You need to watch it.
Yeah, that's really, man. I used to spend some major time on video games, and my parents didn't care. Like, here's all the video. Like my dad. So my dad is literally a genius. He builds computers from scratch. So growing up, we had to have all the latest technology. We had the very first big screen TV. It was like this old Mitsubishi. You open the cabinet, and it's got like the 3 primary colors that reflect off the mirror, and then onto the the vinyl screen or whatever. We used to play Duck Hunt on that. All my friends wanted to come over because they're like, "This is awesome!" Right? But yeah, so every gaming console, everything, something came out, I'd always have it. So I always had the latest and greatest technology. And I think that's probably, if I don't go to therapy, why I have to always have the newest phone and the newest this and the newest that, because my dad, this is the way we were born and raised. No, I wouldn't buy it if I couldn't afford it, but it's just, it seems like, I think I just had a breakthrough on our podcast. I'm going to call my therapist.
Uh-oh.
Can you talk me out of buying the newest phone, please? Thank you.
That's probably is why you did it.
I'm sure it is. Like every time, like my car, the cars I waited, but like my phone, I always have to have the newest phone or this computer. When I bought it, like I need the latest model, the most expensive one, like the best one you can possibly have. I wonder if my dad's still alive. He could build me one.
He probably could. Let me know what you want. My son can probably build you one.
My dad makes $20,000 an hour.
Wow. Because
he goes into labs and he inspects like he's a pharmaceutical. He's been in he's a chemist. He's been in pharmaceuticals his whole life. He wrote a book and all this other stuff, but he goes into labs like Tylenol, Pfizer, and all them, and they pay him to get their labs ready for FDA inspections.
No, damn, yeah, he's making a boatload of money.
Yeah, he is. Wish I had talked to him. Probably has.
Yeah,
some
you
money.
should really talk to him. I mean,
I'm good.
Hey, if he's a chemist, do we need to go out in the hills of Arizona or somewhere and rent a RV and see what we can cook up?
I don't think we need a chemist for that.
I mean, why? We can
Breaking Bad, they did, yeah, but nowadays, just go to the border.
We can go to the border, but if we get some soup, we can make the shit red instead of blue. If we get some super red colored shit, and the little.
I don't need an erection.
No, Breaking Bad. Remember the day?
I know those little blue pills. I know.
They were blue.
I know. All right,
no,
man.
you do need an erection if you got one of them super hands.
Yeah, that's true. I might need some pills to keep up with the machine.
Exactly.
Or to charge my Rolex.
Perpetual motion.
Perpetual motion battery, man. It's crazy thing. Like I remember, we used to take the batteries off, or you take them to a shop, right? They pop the back off, put the new one in, and all like that. But this one, you don't need it. I guess that's what $17,000 gets you.
So what you doing for Memorial Day weekend?
Sitting on my ass and doing nothing, cleaning, mowing the grass. I might do some yard work out back. That's way overdue. But I will have my oldest daughter's dog, my grandpuppy, all weekend. So that'll be fun because she's a great dog. She's such a good dog. She just lays around and does nothing. Just wants love.
What kind of dog is it?
Just a giant lab that she found, lab mix so our other dog passed, and she's just been looking on Craigslist and Facebook, couldn't find one, and she's like, this lady in the middle of nowhere, Missouri, like 3 hours away. She's like, well, we got a bunch of dogs on the farm, you can have one. I'm like, all right. So we drove to the middle of nowhere. I got a speeding ticket, of course, but we pulled up and met this lady at the Dollar General, and the lady literally just throws this dog out of the car and takes off. Says her name is I forget what she called her, but it was playing on the radio. Some song was playing on the radio, and that's what she said the name was, like some Rihanna song or something, right? But this dog, it's the most lovable, well-behaved. It's never gone to the bathroom in the house. It's never growled or barked, or it's just literally, I think it's just happy to be alive. Like, we brought it home and it smelled so bad. This poor dog. We got it groomed, we fed it, and all this. And this dog, I've never had a better dog. Well, my daughter, but yeah, I love this dog. She's so cool.
How long you had it?
3 years, I think.
Wow. That's kind of the way I feel like about our golden doodle. My wife we got a black golden doodle, and I've got a cousin that's got one, and that dog is spastic, hyper, runs around. I mean, good dog, but I think this dog we got he was picked over. He was the last to run of the litter. That dog never barks, never growls, never goes. I mean, hasn't gone to the bathroom in the house. Sleeps he'll sleep in the bed till we get up. Mm-hmm. And won't wake you up. He'll just lay there. Oh, y'all are up? Okay. And then
that's the same way her dog is. Like, I can hold it. Never go to the bathroom until you're ready. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Heck, I opened up the door 3 or 4 times. Of course, I can open up the door and just let him walk outside because we live on about 5 acres. But, I'm like, just go outside. And he'd look at you. No, I don't want to. I don't need to go. I'm going to sit right here,
Yeah.
It really is the best dog I've ever had. I have one other one that came close, but this one is the best dog we've ever had.
Yeah, every year she posts, hey, today's your gotcha day, literally just, for free on Craigslist, right? Just, you never know, man. But what are you doing for Memorial Day?
Nothing. We got at the place I work for beer and running money, it's, they got a ski tournament going on. So of course I'll volunteer when you got all the international and national athletes coming in, and hey, when you're gonna be riding on top of the water in bikinis and jumping in bikinis, therefore we got some Australian women coming.
So I was gonna clarify for everybody listening that you didn't mean like mountain skiing, that you meant shooting skeet.
No, well,
because I assumed it's shooting skeet because you live in the middle of nowhere.
No, it was actually a water ski tournament where they actually have
that's
it
gonna be.
They have it every year, so I twist my arm. I'll go watch some of these athletes, sit on the, get behind the boat. So yeah, it's going to be a rough weekend. So
all right, well, take some pictures for me. I'll be sitting on my couch hanging out with the dog. But all right, brother. Well, hey, look, we made it again. Made it a whole nother week. But we'll catch up. Oh, next week we have to give our Belmont predictions. That'll be the second week after Preakness.
No, it's in June, right? Is it 2 weeks, or is that when it is?
That's June 3rd. Would that be that Saturday?
Okay, yeah, you're right. Put that on. Write a note, definitely. So I'll look.
I'm not gonna write a note. All right. Well, yeah, we'll catch up next week. We'll make our Belmont predictions. We will and just talk about more. I'll look up some stuff on AI. I'll see what's actually out there. See what people are saying.
I got a whole bunch of other stuff, about the Biden crime syndicate and everything.
All right,
else,
stop. All right, we're done. Okay, so look, I don't have another 45 minutes. So, we need to see what happens with what's his name, DeSantis, and the presidential bid when he attends Elon Musk's event,
or wherever he's going.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
I will make one prediction for the Belmont. I'm gonna take Secretariat. I bet nobody beats Secretariat's record.
Like the record that it ran at the Belmont?
The record that it ran, or the length of the winning margin?
Oh, okay. Nobody's no. What is it, like 3 lengths
at the Belmont
for Secretariat? Yeah.
No, you need to go on YouTube and watch the Belmont and watch Secretariat's Belmont race. He still holds. Secretariat still holds the track record for the Churchill for Kentucky Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont. Still have nobody's beat those records yet, and he won the Belmont by 27 to 30 lengths. It varies on what people tell you.
I watched the video the other day of Secretariat coming around a turn and just blowing the whole field away. I don't know what race it was.
It was Belmont. He basically almost crossed the finish line before they ever start rounding the damn curve back there. I mean, it's
that's a little extreme.
Go watch it.
All right, I'll go watch it. Get the hell out of here, man. Have a great week. It was great to see you, and we'll catch up again next week.
All right, later.